If you're watching this video, you're probably not aware that you can actually control your emotions and the way you feel. And right now, you're probably using your emotions to set you up to a disadvantage rather than an advantage. As of now, you're probably having external factors happen to you that you're not in control with and reacting in a certain way. Firstly, we need to take it all the way back down to mindset. There's two types of mindsets, right? External locus of control and someone who has an internal locus of control. An external locus of control is someone who blames external factors. Pretty fucking straightforward, right? So let's go to the example of someone who's doing a 100-meter sprint, right? Loses the race. And he starts blaming external factors such as, oh, the track was slippy, my blocks weren't set right, my shoes weren't tied right, that guy got a head start, he cheated. External factors. But the mindset you want to have is an internal locus of control. Someone who, oh, I was on my phone too late last night, didn't get a good sleep before the race, oh, I missed that training session, oh, I wasn't pushing myself in training, oh, I slipped in my diet a little bit. And that's someone who realizes they're in control. What what are emotions? How do they come about? Something happens to you and you think that thing is sad or that thing has annoyed me, that thing has pissed me off. And you think you can't control it because that thing's happened, right? But what it comes down to is when that said event happens, what is actually going on is your inner dialogue, the inner voice, the inner story that you tell yourself that you link the emotion to. For example, say something petty. Your friend comes over, he chills with him, blah, blah, blah. He was eating food, he leaves rubbish, and then he leaves. And then you can think, oh, I'm pissed off. Why has he done that? Blah, blah, blah. To the power of words and what you tell yourself within your inner story and that inner dialogue. So, the power of words, and there is hundreds, even thousands of words that can be used to describe emotion. But the average person on a day to day basis only uses about, let's say, 5 words: angry, sad, happy, pissed off, annoyed, like the simple emotions. Each one of those words, that said person has linked a certain feeling to one of these words. So, pissed off, for example, when you say the words pissed off, that's telling your brain, I'm pissed off, I'm pissed off. What emotions do I like to pissed off? Which leads to you feeling that way. This is when, firstly, you need to expand your vocabulary and what you link emotions to from the list here of all the different words of describing emotions. You need to break the pattern. So, when something happens that slightly annoys you, your brain goes into a pattern, right? Quick, quick, quick. What words do I use to sum up this event? Right, I'm pissed off. And when you're pissed off, that is when you need to write. That is when you need to come in and be aware and break the pattern. You tell yourself, "Oh, I'm a bit peeved off," which sounds like a stupid word, which you never normally use, and that's the whole point, because that breaks your pattern. And you start laughing. You're like, "Oh, I never use peeved off," and you actually start laughing. And it's broken the pattern and change your emotional state. And for what I like to do, that helps me is I like to act like I'm a posh twat, and in my head, right? So whenever something comes and annoys me, my friend was meant to give me something, he forgot to do it. Said, "Oh, that's pissed me off." I'll be like, well, that's a slight inconvenience. Like in my head, like a stupid wee posh voice, and then you just start laughing to yourself. You're like, "Oh, that's actually what a posh guy would say," and that breaks the pattern and starts changing your emotional state. Understand the power of words and link a different emotion to each one of these words rather than using the classic five: sad, happy, annoyed, pissed off. That's a classic one here in the UK. Be aware of when when something happens and you're away to use the classic normal word you go to and break the pattern. Fill it in with a new word, like a stupid word. Oh, I'm slightly agitated. Oh, that's a slight inconvenience. And just knowing these simple tricks will help you so much in controlling your emotions in day to day life. So when something happens and you're a wee bit annoyed, think of the most stupid word that is linked to an emotion you can think of, and it'll break the pattern and you'll actually start laughing to yourself. Another thing could be even just start laughing out loud to yourself. just start going. Even if you're so raging, just go ha ha ha. See, oh my god, see, it actually just worked. If you do a fake laugh to yourself, you think in your head, this is what the book says, you think in your head, what am I doing? And then you start laughing at yourself. And that is mad, because I literally just did it there because I thought, what am I doing? And a real laugh came out. So bang, boys, hopefully that helped. And most of what I've learned of all this knowledge is from this book right here, Awaken the Giant Within, from Tony Robbins. And that's something that helped me a lot with dealing with emotions and how to control them. If you want more help with this sort of stuff, I've got a course, Level 100 Starter Pack, how to become a beefcake. I'm also doing one-on-one coaching to become a fucking tank. Thailand soon. Hopefully this helps you out. Remember to like, subscribe. Boof.